there are foundational critical issues involved that I think that conservatives get and understand. And I think more left-wing Catholics, I think they don't get it. I think they don't I think my biggest problem with progressive, and I talked about this before, don't get me started on progressive Catholics. Progressive Catholics don't understand that culturally speaking, we are in deep kimchi. We are in deep doo-doo. Our culture is toxic and spiritually dead, if almost completely so. And it seems to me that the liberal wing of the church doesn't understand this. And so conservative Catholics understand we need to stand against this. I mean, Simone Weil, not Catholic, but she called it the apparatus. Paul Kingsnorth calls it the machine. Hans Urs von Balthasar called it the system. Okay, and various authors have different names for it, but there is this awareness of the Leviathan of modern culture, which is toxic to the faith. I know I'm dominating this conversation. I'll shut up in a second. But, if you want to see the truth of what I'm saying, look at the fact that it's not just Catholicism. Across the board, religion has declined in Western cultures. As Western culture gets more and more secular, more and more left-wing, more and more liberal, the less and less and less religious it is. And you can look at whether you're talking Jew, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, whatever. 2 generations in, the grandchildren of those original immigrants are no longer practicing their faith. And I don't care what religion you're talking about. There is an acidic, corrosive quality to liberal modernity that has harmed almost every religion that enters into Western civilization. And when Western civilization gets exported, what do we export? We export sexual liberation, pornography, drugs, fentanyl, whatever. This is what we export. Sweatshops, okay? This is toxic. And it seems to me liberal Catholics might be superficially correct on some issues like we need to care for the poor, but they don't get the crisis. They don't get the metaphysical crisis, the existential lack of meaning to anything. And the conservatives, therefore, get this and understand it, which is why they say liturgy matters. Yeah. The vertical dimension of existence matters.
Help us understand, in reaction to this, you've got people on both sides, eh? And this is a thing I keep coming back to because I'm trying to figure it out myself. You've got the people who do just seem like very angry, who might tend to be in the traditional camp, though there are angry people everywhere. And then you've got the kind of, I don't know, are there still the lefties out there? Lefty Catholics? Do they still exist except for Catholic worker houses? I don't meet them.
Yeah. They're out there.
Yeah.
The thing is, once again, average Catholics, however you want to define that, let's say Catholics who are not in any way employed by the church and are not theologians or academics. They're just devout Catholics who go about their jobs and their families and attend Mass somewhat of a regular basis. That's an average Catholic. I don't think that kind of Catholic fully understands the extent to which the Catholic intelligentsia, represented by the Catholic theological, and philosophical guild in the academic world, at the Fordhams and the Marquettes and the Georgetowns and the Notre Dames of the world. I don't think the average Catholic fully understands how that class of Catholic intellectuals from Vatican II until today has been dominated by the Catholic left, by the progressives. Anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, for example, I'm a white male conservative Catholic theologian. And I can tell you that every single white male conservative Catholic theologian is going to have difficulty, A, finding a job at any of those places because they're too busy hiring the next wave of progressives. And number 2, even if you get the job, getting tenure. It's better than it used to be. You have little pockets of really strong Catholic orthodoxy at places like Steubenville, Dallas, Ave Maria, Notre Dame, great theology program. But for the most part, the Jesuit institutions are a complete wasteland. The colleges run by the Sisters of Mercy, a complete wasteland.
G'day, fellas. For over a decade, I've spoken to men around the world about the battles we face: temptation, apathy, anger, and the struggle to find meaning. Now, let me tell you, one of the most powerful tools I've seen for breaking free and growing closer to Jesus Christ is Exodus 90. The Exodus 90 Challenge begins this year on January 20th, but this isn't just a 90-day program. Exodus 90 is a spirituality for men in modern times built on 3 ancient pillars: prayer, self-sacrifice, and fraternity. We all long for something more, and that something is to be found in becoming the men that God created us to be, sons of a loving Father. It's time to turn away from our idols. It's time to break free from the pharaohs that hold us in bondage. If you're ready to make a fresh start and embark on a journey to uncommon freedom in Jesus Christ, then download the Exodus 90 app today. This is your chance to break free, refocus, and rediscover who God is calling you to be in the new year. We start January 20, 2025. So go to exodus90.com/Matt to learn more about Exodus 90. That's exodus90.com/Matt to join tens of thousands of men from all around the world for Exodus 90 starting Monday, January 20th.